Yo guys, welcome back to another day of my daily vlog. My name is Michael Okunloro, and if you're watching me for the first time, I'm a fashion designer, a digital creator and event host, and every Monday I try to share what I've been inspired or what has been pressed upon me. And I'm really passionate about seeing people live their best life or live their dream life through their gifts and their talent. And so every Monday I share from my own reflection and experiences to inspire you or to inspire somebody out there, just for you to have a boost of motivation to go about the new week. And so today I'll be talking to you about action. Last week I shared on a topic called motion versus action, and you can check it out if you have not seen it. And so today I'll be talking to you about action. But before we get into that, you know I will do it here. Every day I as well share outfit inspiration idea. And so today I'm wearing a grey pinstripe suit. Monochrome is one of the best way you can style your outfit, or you don't know how to match up item. It is one of the easiest way. Just look for a color and play around all through that color. So for example, today I'm wearing a pinstripe grey suit, and as well I have a grey waistcoat to it with a grey tie, a black shoe, black accessories. It is that simple. Another way I could have done this is to go for a blue suit, a blue tie, and yeah, just a white shirt. It's that simple. A black suit, a black tie, a red suit, a red tie, a pink suit, a pink tie. And so with that, I have my outfit of the day. So let's get into action. Action! Get. That's my play for the show. Last week I shared about motion and action, the difference between motion and action. Sometimes, not a whole lot of times, not even just sometimes, a whole lot of times, a lot of people are in motion, and because of how far they've been in the motion, they actually think they are making progress, and while they're just in motion. And in motion, nothing happens until you take action. For example, you want to start a business, you're in the motion, you're already gathering all of the necessary information, all of the necessary resources about what you want to do, but you've not started, you've not taken the action to start. Because of the knowledge you have on what you're about to do, it might trick you to think that you're already in the action of it, or you're already making progress. When they wake you up, you're able to explain different things about a concept of what you want to do. But that in itself, the old knowledge and everything you know about that in itself cannot bring a desirable result until you take action. Action is the gap between where you are now and where you actually want to be. It is not just a concept, it is a powerful force that drives change and achievement. And like I used to tell people, or I would like to say that action is a verb, not a noun. Action is something you act upon. It is what you do. There is one wonderful phrase I came across. It's found in the book of James. It says that, I can't really remember what verse of James, but in James chapter 1, it says that a man will listen but do not act upon what he has heard is like a man who looks into the mirror and forgets the kind of man he is. Like I mentioned last week, that the result of whatever we want to get is in the action, not in the motion. It is in the action of getting the things done. There was a story I heard one time that a young boy was speaking to a man, an older man, and he was advising him, and he has shared with him from the vast of knowledge he has and experiences with him, and he was telling him about everything. And the young boy looked at the old man and said to him, "Thank you so much, I have learnt a lot from you." And the old man looked at the boy and he said, "No, you've not learnt a lot, you've heard a lot from me. It is until you start doing the things I had shared with you before you can learn." And that is the thing about action. Until we start getting into it, we can know the knowledge of everything we want to do, but that in itself will not give us a desirable result. But not until we now get into the action of getting things done, doing the things in itself, learning the scope. It is easy for you to live in the bubble of you being knowledgeable about something, but it is until when you start acting upon it, it is until when you start doing It is until when you start doing it. For example, someone who has been learning about patience, or you've been learning about perseverance, but it is easy for you to learn or know everything about patience in the definition of it. But the only time you get to know how patient you are is until when you start acting, when life start putting you in that situation where you need to be patient, where you need to now persevere. And that is the difference between motion and action. So I would say that action is not what we actually imagine or what we actually think about. It is what we do. A very good example, at the time I was living in Nigeria, one of the reasons I chose United Kingdom over every other country was because of the fashion and the culture here in the United Kingdom. Looking from the outside and judging with every other places, I just was in love with it. Back to what I was saying, and when I got into the United Kingdom, I would go online, I would see pictures of what other fashion designers are doing. I love the whole idea of people going on streets just to take a picture, just to express yourself, just to get things done. And I would sit back there and I would just be hoping that one day would be my own time. Like one day I as well would be able to get on the street to start taking pictures like this, and for me to start sharing the content that I've always imagined, or for me to start just creating that content, start selling clothes, start meeting people. It's a world of different imagination within me. But for like the very first 4 or 5 months, I noticed that all I was doing was just imagining, hoping that one day something is going to change or something is going to happen. And nothing happened all through this period until one day I made a decision that, you know what, it is time for me to start where I am right now. And all I had left on me on that day was £20. I went on Amazon, bought a tripod, and I said, from where I am now, I will start taking pictures and I will start sharing it. And that is me taking action. That is me after I had thought about the whole business idea, knowing about everything I need to know to start as a content creator, reading as a content creator. And the interesting thing is, at the time I was starting, or at the time I was imagining all of these things, all what I was imagining feels like a world away for me to get to. But in the last 2 years, I have had to learn and relearn and continue learning. Sometimes I will say I fail, but the interesting thing is that I'm able to fail forward, because from my failure, I was able to learn to do things differently. It's been over 2 years now and things have really changed. Like I would say I've been able to establish a brand in the United Kingdom. So my point is, if I had not taken action on that very day, I most likely would still be sleeping on the Sunday high, thinking one day I will get it done, one day it is going to be possible, one day it is going to be possible. And rather than waiting, I would have just wasted all of these 2 years just hoping. And at the end of the day, it probably might not come, because I can't remember how that phrase is, but when you wait too long, you just see time passes out, and that would have been the end of it. So how then do we then take actions, or what are the things that can help us take action? Step 1 is to clarify and identify the goal. Clarify and identify the goal. There is this phrase I came across that if you do not know what you're shooting at, probably will just be shooting aimlessly. Or if you're playing a football match and there is no goal post, there will be no purpose to that game. You will just have a team of 22 players just dancing around the post. With a goal in mind, you know what you're trying to aim for, you know what you're trying to go after. I remember when I was young, one of my favorite cousins, the person of Gino Dekoya, God bless him, there was something he mentioned to me one day, and he said that if you do not know where you're going to, everywhere you get to will look like where you're going to. And that word sticks till date. It sticks at the back of my mind. If you do not know where you're going to, everywhere you get to will always look like where you're going to. This is one of the things you want to have at the back of your mind before you even take action about that thing you want to. What is the desired goal? So when you decide to make a change, it becomes a goal, and a well-defined goal leads you in direction and on the right path. And that will help you to take necessary actions and necessary steps to what you're doing. With that, you'll be able to eliminate what you should be doing and what you should not be doing. You don't want to major on the minor and minor on the major. minor of the major, major of the minor. Yeah, that's right. And so that is the first step. So another thing that hinders people from taking action is limiting belief. A lot of us do not know, even I myself, I still battle with a lot of limiting belief. There are a lot of things that are built down in our subconscious that we do not know. So a lot of us, we have a lot of fears that have been down in our subconscious that we do not know. And one of the best ways for you to avoid, or one of the best ways for you to eliminate limiting belief is for you to replace them with more words of affirmation. I can do it. Speak to yourself in the mirror when you wake up in the morning. This thing you want to do, yes, I can do it. I can make it happen. So just do your best to eliminate every negative thought that might be surrounding it. We all have limiting beliefs in our mind, whether we like it or not. And I believe that these limiting beliefs, they are just mind tricks. There was a day in London, I was having a dinner with my family, and they were all discussing about how black businesses are not successful in the United Kingdom. How you will find black businesses that has overcome the test of time. While I was seated there, for a minute or 2 minutes, I got discouraged as well. It thought in my mind that what I am doing is even worth it, trying to build a business here. Then it just dawned on me, it is their own reality, not mine. It is what their own belief is. None of them might not have really gone into the route of doing business and trying to face all of the obstacles. This might just be a conversation or a gist from the lips of a third person or a third party, or what is just going on. Not that they have gone into it to try to get this business done and stick their head into it over the years. So I immediately, and I said to myself back that no, I'll build a business that will stand the test of time. I'll build a business that will cater to my family needs. And from my business, I will make enough profit to live a good life. And this is how you overcome limiting beliefs. Anytime you hear the voice at the back of your mind that is telling you, oh, you can't do that thing you want to do, immediately you shun that spirit off, you shun the voice off, and you go back and say to yourself that yes, you can do it. I can do it. I can do these things through Christ Jesus. And being a Christian, this is another thing I do. Even if you're not a Christian, this is a universal law of the universe. This is a universal law of the atmosphere. It is what you feed your subconscious mind with. That is what manifests in your life. Energy flows towards where attention is. You want to use your words to create or to construct new manifestation of what you want to see, and that this way is one of the best ways for you to eliminate self-belief. Another thing you can do for you to leave that motion place to a place of you taking action is for you to develop a new routine. Success comes from consistent efforts. You want to develop routines that will support your goal and that will help you take action. If you're trying to start a business and you've been waiting to raise the funds to start the business with, let's say you've just been there trying to raise the fund and you have the habit of going to drink or going to party at every weekend. A new routine might be that, you know what, maybe for the next 6 months, this money I budget for going to drink or going to socialize, I can as well take it out and save for me to save towards this thing I want to do. This will help you take action. And number 4 is that embrace risk while taking action. One of the major reasons people don't take action, that they spend a lot of time in motion, is because they are scared of risk. They are scared of the unknown. And I feel this is part of life. This is part of taking action. And so risk is part of life. Take the risk, embrace the risk, go for it. Do not let your limiting belief, do not let them hold you back. The last but not the least is for you to break things down. You don't climb the mountain from the top. You climb the mountain from the bottom. And how do you climb the mountain? By taking one step after the other, going bit by bit. That is how you get to the top of the mountain. So you want to break things down, you want to simplify things and make it easy. I remember in 2020, I said to myself, I want to start running 100 kilometers every month. no matter what my schedule is, I made that commitment to myself to say I want to start running 100 kilometers. I can't run 100 kilometers in one day. That is not possible. So what did I do? I break it down. If I run 1 kilometer every day, that will not wear me out. During the week, if I can do 5 kilometers and maybe weekends I can do 10 kilometers, that will help me. So with that, it made things easy for me. All I know was that, oh, it is 1 kilometer is an easy distance I can cover that I won't even get tired. And with that, with me breaking things down, that really helped back then for me to be able to stay committed to the goal and for me to be able to achieve it. So what you want to as well do is to break things down. What is the easiest thing to do? Then you take the first step towards it, and then you continue, you take another step, you take another step. It's just a matter of time. Before you know it, your goals or what you want to do has arrived before you. And so with these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you to start taking actions now. It is time for you to stop collecting ideas and start acting upon it. This is the time for you to quit planning and start acting on your plan. Get your hands dirty. And lest I forget, you as well need to surround yourself with like-minded people. If you are among 5 rich men, you are the 6th rich person. And if you are among 5 poor men, you are as well the 6th poor person. So you as well want to surround yourself with people who are heading towards where you are going as well, because iron sharpens iron. It is not easy. It is not a journey that you can take all by yourself. You need other people. You need the power of the collectives. And with that, I hope I've been able to motivate you to take action on that you want to do. Be it you running a marathon or starting I just said starting a relationship. Oh yes, be you running a marathon, starting a relationship, starting a new project, building a house, starting a business, starting that side hustle, starting that craft, anything you want to do. Maybe you're at the edge of you learning how to play the piano, trying to drive a car. The most important thing is sit back, enough of the planning, get action, start, pay, get something going. This week, start, make the necessary action this week and start building upon that. And before you know, in a matter of time, you've overcome that goal. You'll be able to get done with that goal. And on that note, thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you tomorrow on my daily vlog. My name is Michael Okunloro. Kindly subscribe, and if you find this helpful, share it with somebody you know will enjoy this as well. I'll see you on another day. Peace out.